So I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, but I am excited to be here to talk about StartUp, Start Rock. You want to start us off?
Yeah, so I'm Heather Pursley, not an Ottawa native. I actually moved here during the weekend that everything shut down for COVID, which is a fun story that I'll tell some other time. It's a terrible story, really.
Terrible time to move anywhere, my gosh.
But I am the owner of Post and Prairie Design Studio, and then I'm actively involved in the community. I'm on the art committee. I'm a chamber ambassador. I am a newly appointed board member at the Ottawa Historical and Scouting Heritage Museum.
Oh, I'm on the endowment board. I love it there.
Yeah, it's
They're
great.
so cute.
Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
And I'm sure there are other things that I'm forgetting about. Oh yeah, that that big one. Told you.
You and I are going to alone just fine.
Vice President of the Ottawa Downtown Association.
We met today, but like sometimes you're saying things I'm like, I feel like we might have the same personality,
Right.
and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Love that for us.
Yep.
Okay.
And how I ended up in those roles. So during COVID, I got furloughed from my position, and it was kind of like I have to do something. I have to work. I'm very motivated by doing things and not just sitting. And so I started my own company and started doing freelance work. And then that kind of took off from there. Oh. And then Cassie kind of reached out one day and was like, hey, do you want to do this association? We did not know each other. She got my name from the mayor. And I was like, yes, I do. And I'm like, I don't know what is involved in this or what are we doing? Right. Sometimes I even forget that I do it. But it's been an amazing partnership, and I'm really, really excited about the things that we've done and that we're going to do in the future. So
love that.
Yeah.
All right, you're up.
Very good. I'm Jay McCrackin. I'm the executive director of the Ottawa Area Chamber of Commerce currently. Prior to that, I was the school superintendent in a number of area districts, primarily at Putnam County Schools, and enjoyed that immensely.
God bless. Somebody who has now coached children, God bless. Being in charge of teachers and children, God bless.
I taught school for a number of years. My wife did as well, and I was also a small town mayor. So can you choose any more careers that could be more trying than those?
Nope, you've hit them all, I think, yeah.
Grew up in Amboy, Illinois, so... Yeah, and my father was a longtime mayor there as well, so it's kind of an interesting background in different political parties. It's been very fun.
Listen, I love Amboy. We went to a little breakfast diner there. It was really good, little downtown.
It is a great little
It was
town.
a good little breakfast. It was really cheap, and like the waitress was super friendly, and it was great. We had a great time. It was very fun. I loved it. How about you?
I'm Cassie Skoflanc. I'm the president of the ODA, and I also work at City Hall upstairs in community development, and that's about it. I was a hairdresser for well over 20 years, so big changes when we moved.
Also, God bless. As somebody who brings her child to a hairdresser, and that child is very particular. God bless. Okay, so tell me a little bit. I don't know who wants to start to explain the program and like how it came to be, but tell me a little bit about the program.
You guys are all looking at me.
Yeah, I feel like you really got pushed into that. I did look at you first, to be fair, because I felt like you were going to.
I'm ready. Okay. So when I started my business, I had no idea what I was doing, truly. Like, I was like, what forms do I fill out? Like, what do I need to do? I don't even know. Maybe today. But I felt really passionate.
We all feel that way if it makes you feel better.
It does. But I felt really passionately about the process of starting a business, and I ended up, I took some classes through the Illinois Small Business Development Center, and I really hit it off with the women that were in charge there, and I ended up becoming a business advisor for them for about 2 years, and I did their marketing. And so I got really invested in helping people start their business, grow their business, and I had wanted to be able to provide that kind of support that I wished I had when I was first getting started. Like, what do we need to do? Like, what do we need? What kind of forms do I have to fill out? Like, if I could get some help, like getting my business off the ground. And I kind of was telling Jay about this. Like, I wish I could just give somebody $1,000 to help them get started. Yeah. And he's like, that's a great idea, but maybe let's put some framework around that. Yeah. And that we've been talking about this for a few years. There's this idea of a grant. How do we get it going? And then Jay had heard about this grant opportunity through Midland States Bank for community development projects. And we felt like this is the right time and right opportunity. We need to put some framework around this, kind of create like a program for it, and then apply for this funding, which is kind of how it started. Jay, I'm gonna let you take over.
I want to add to that we really love working with the Ottawa Downtown Association. The Ottawa Area Chamber has been in business now for 110 years, and it's I'm very honored to be a part of that program. However, I will say that the Ottawa Downtown Association, a new organization, has brought new vitality to our community, and we are not in competition. We work together, and we have the same goals. And so we decided we would uplift and support one another in this process, and this grant has been a great vehicle for that. So really exciting opportunity for us to work directly with Cassie and Heather and their team. So and the Chamber is really thrilled because it helps us accomplish our mission, which is to uplift and support the Ottawa business community as well as our industrial community. So this is a perfect opportunity for us. And as Heather said, Midland Foundation or Midland States Bank Foundation had this grant available. And then we also had some funds with the Starbuck Country Community Foundation. And those were chamber funds, but nonetheless, they were for downtown, or not for downtown, but for business growth and development. So we combined the two and ended up getting some grant money that we can utilize. So very excited about it.
I am going to throw out, I do love, Jay, you haven't been at the Chamber a super long time now, but long enough to see substantial change in the way the Chamber works in our community and the way it interacts with others. And your predecessor did a great job of that too. But that was not always the case. So seeing ODA and the Chamber actually working together and wanting to work together it's a whole new world, and it has been great to watch the transformation of actual support. We talk a lot on this podcast about how this community has a lot of resources, and it's a lot of I did that, no, I want to do that, instead of hey, we both offer slightly different services and could hold hand in hand and work together. And I love that this is an opportunity for that to occur, and it is actually supporting business owners rather than my friend wants to open this, even though 3 other more qualified business owners have applied. I'm going to direct it to my friend rather than them. I do love that this is an actual opportunity where people are working together. That is very different than what we've always had, I think, in the last 30 years here. So
we definitely wanted to break down walls and make sure that we were, and when we do have any disagreements on an issue, we just work through them, because, that's our job to do that for the good of the community. And so we're thrilled to do it and have become friends as well. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I love that. It's a great program. Cassie, you want to add anything to it? I feel like you're the only one who did not just get to And if not, you can direct me to the next question.
No, I just wanted a place for people to come to feel supported when they open a business. Because we do get people from out of town, and when you come to a new town, you're like, what?
Who do I call? Like, where do I find?
People don't know they're supposed to get a business license from the city, and then what that includes and what that entails.
They don't know about the permitting when you have to do the work inside.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know about making sure your companies that you're hiring have insurance,
and are registered.
And are registered times 78. Like, please, as somebody who led the tornado, please make sure whoever works on your stuff is registered, because guess what? When they're registered, the city makes sure they actually have insurance, not just they told me they had insurance, and now they don't. The city insures all that.
So it's just something that people can feel supported and know that we have their back, and if they feel unsure about something, they can come to us and say, what do I do?
Right. Absolutely. I really like the idea. We talk a lot here in the office. We have a lot of people that come to us don't want to open a business, and how does that start? What's that look like? Including some people in the same room as me.
We have a grant. You might want to apply for.
For real, actually. Maybe not a bad choice. No, but we love the idea of people coming to Ottawa and opening, a business. Like I said, I recently moved to Earlville, and Earlville's had quite the boom of growth this last year too, which is kind of crazy considering it's like one street. But there's a ton of new businesses. Yeah, we have a new gaming business for kids to go into. They have a bunch of video gaming stuff, and they have Pokemon cards and all that stuff. Like, it's cute. The kids can go in and hang out. They do game nights every night. So, like, the kids have a place to go. It's right across from the Mexican restaurant. So the kids all go get, like, tacos and then go play.
That's fun.
It's just awesome. They have a new grocery store. Like, so seeing that kind of development, though, that kind of development has really helped us grow, and not only grow downtown Earlville, but it's given the kids a place to go, things to do. And that's really what Ottawa always needed. Was we had the skate, like when I was little, it was the skating rink, the movie theater, never forget Jump and Jungle. God bless. What a wonderful place that was. Poor Peter. I know that's why his hip was trash. I made him. Dad was, I was thinking about that. My dad was older, right? So you don't know that, but my dad was significantly older. So my dad was 65 when I was born. Oh. So we were going to Jump and Jungle together, and he would take me in the tunnels and crawl through the tunnels with me. And I was talking about it, like after he died, I was casually talking about it one day, and I was like, oh my God, he was like 77. Like it occurred to me that he was, and I was like, oh my God, I'm 100% the reason his hip died. His hip died because he crawled through Jump and Jungle with me for 10 years. Like in those tunnels, like that poor man went to mini golf. Like I can't imagine being 77 your kid being like, let's go. Like, leave me. No wonder at like 85, he was like, I hope you have a kid just like you who will not leave you alone. It was like a Saturday morning. I came home from law school and I walked in their bedroom. He wouldn't get up. And I got on their bed and I started jumping on the bed. He was like, I hate you right now. I just want you to get up. Things to do. So like the running joke is we didn't really have much like as a kid. Like we went to Jump and Jungle. We had the movie theater. We had the skating rink. And I'm still glad that those two places exist, today. Those are huge places for the kids here.
I went to a skating party last December, and I had never been in there before, and
it's so much fun.
Loved it. And I mean, it brought back so many memories of like skating when I was a girl.
Yeah.
But like, what a fun.
That was a great time.
Yeah.
Except I forgot, like, I'm not good at it. I got out there and I was really like, I could do this. Like, I had memories of myself that I don't think exist. I was like, I thought I was better at this.
I'm going to break an arm.
That happened to me too, because I used to roller skate and go to rinks when I was young, and I could ice skate. It was all fine. I went to get the skates when I was the interim superintendent at school. They had the skates in the building. I kept falling flat, and I thought, what happened? I thought this was like a bicycle. Once you learn, you know how to do it.
Right.
No, but old man balance is not the same.
Oh, it is not the same. I was like, it's because I was shorter. My center of gravity was lower. Like it was like fine. Yeah. Now as an adult, I'm like, oh my Lord. Yeah. And like these little things are like whizzing in and out of me. I was like, I need to come back on a night where there was like 3 people here. Thank you so much.
Let's do a date.
But yeah, I think it's incredible to have the opportunity to build a business here, and I certainly hope that there's people that bring in businesses that specifically target kids in our area that'll allow the kids to have places to go.
Yeah.
Like we were really lucky to have RPS and some really cool stores here, and Goblin Gaming is huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
And to have the theater too.
I love it in there.
For kids of all ages.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean 100%. For adult nerds as well. But I enjoy the adult nerd life. So no, but I do hope there's something like that comes through this. I'm excited they're working on the Explorium right now. I'm excited about that too.
We are too.
Oh, and then there's that new playroom that just opened.
I saw that too. Yeah, I'm
excited
about that too. Yeah. So
the Explorium should be a great opportunity too when we get that off the ground. So we're excited.
I'm hopeful and I'm excited. I want to say that from the outside, I'm really grateful for the things that you guys are all working on together in your organizations. Like I do think it will make this town much better, and it'll give the kids here a better opportunity to succeed and thrive. And busy kids make good kids.
So true.
Kids who are bored get into trouble. So
been there and done that too, right?
Somebody just took 16 of them overnight. Kids who are bored will do things they're not supposed to do. Okay, so tell me a little bit about what you have to do to qualify for the program. What are the guidelines?
Right. So we are actually going to do a series of lunch and learns. The first one is on March 19th, and that's for property owners and realtors to kind of explain the program and why we want, them invested in this program as well. Obviously, we want to use their retail spaces, just kind of get them on board and aware of what the program is. And then on March 26th, we have a planned lunch and learn for people who are interested in applying. We are interested in brand new businesses that are coming to Ottawa. maybe not so much a franchise business or like a multi-level marketing business. We want independently owned and operated businesses, because that's what we love about downtown is that
It's
every business
beautiful.
is unique.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to necessarily like bag on Naperville, but I did live in Naperville for a long time, and a lot of the downtown businesses are chain
Franchise.
businesses. Yeah, franchises.
Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but
No.
I mean, I feel like you can get that experience kind of anywhere, or you can go online and get that experience.
Yeah.
And so the thing that makes downtown unique is that all of our businesses are independently owned and operated, and we want to continue to grow that environment. So we're really looking for, independently owned and operated businesses, brand new businesses, or maybe businesses that are looking to relocate into Ottawa.
Love that.
Yeah.
Is there any cap on how old the business is if it's looking to relocate? Like if it's a 5-year-old business, does that still qualify?
So
Or is
we're
that
If
too
it's
far?
relocating and it's starting fresh in some way, yes, it still
You're
could
looking to
qualify. So
consider it.
it'll be on an individual basis, and the application process will tell the tale, so to speak, because we're going to have an application committee that takes a look and reviews all of the applicants. We're very excited about that because the farmers market, for example, the chamber runs a farmers market. It's doubled in size in the
Yeah, it's
last year.
huge.
We're really happy to see that, and that's a good ground for growing new businesses as well. We have one interested very much right now who's involved in the IBCC Accelerator program. I'm not sure if you saw that, but it fits in very nicely for the training. Connor Kofoid is the young man who's actually doing that, and he's working for IBCC, and it's really a really nice opportunity to be able to provide that training. I would like to say we planned it all together, but it kind of fell together, and we thought, this is great. Yeah, this is awesome. It just came at the same time. And so that's part of our training that we'll have. But he already has an individual who is a part of our farmers market who has joined that, and then also will plan on hopefully being an applicant here for our program.
We are at the farmers market every Saturday. My daughter is obsessed. If we drive by and it is open, she yells until my husband pulls over the truck so that we can go by. He's like, you realize we own a farm. Half of these things are at our house. She was like, yeah, but I have to go out and clean the stall to get that. And if I walk up there, I can buy what they have.
That's awesome. We should have her on our marketing team.
Although those sweet people who own the honeybees, we're going to fight because my daughter saw their stand and was like, we should have bees. I was like, first of all, I'm deathly allergic.
Oh.
We will not be having bees in our house. She was like, no, we need bees. We need honey. But then she tasted the different flavored honey and was like, we could do this. This could be my FFA project.
Yes.
We have we have goats and sheep and go pick one animal that we already own and make it your FFA project. We own 40 chickens.
Yeah.
Sell eggs.
Not the thing
or
that's
just
going
pick
to
them
kill
up
your
out of the
mother.
barn, really,
Yeah.
please. Like, thank you so much. So anyway, yes, we love the farmers market. It is a wonderful part of downtown.
Yeah.
And we love it for the walk weekend. Walk weekend always falls on the last weekend of farmers market. And I love having farmers market next door because people come to the walk and then they walk over and get stuff from farmers market
Mhm.
and go back to the walk. And it's nice that they can, have somewhere else. Sometimes it's hard to be at the walk all day.
Yeah.
The suicide prevention walk
Yeah.
can be tough. So being there all day can be tough, and having a way to walk away and still be close to the event, but have a little distraction is really nice. So we love that. We're grateful for that.
We're grateful for your event too. It's awesome.
We're excited for this year again. I'm trying to build the wellness fair a little bigger and better. Ideally, I'd like to have more businesses that serve in our area, not just 501c3s, but other businesses that offer services that maybe could help people who are struggling. We've had all of the mental health ones there, but there are lots of other things that I can think of that people need, when they're talking food insecurity or housing insecurity. There are lots of other businesses here that do help with
sure.
that. So
Yeah.
having some of those people there, like Servant's Heart is generally there, Red Cross is generally there, the VA is always there, but having more of those types of places, maybe NCAT, some of the other providers there would be great. So
Mhm.
so we'll have that again this year. We always have a wellness fair with all those people, but we're hoping to expand it a little bit. So if you are a business who helps people in Ottawa, come hang out with us. Second weekend in October, always second Saturday in October. It never changes. I have the same walk date every year. Okay, so we know the application process. How long will it take once you submit an application to find out if you?
The actual date is
April 20th. So
that.
applications will open March 26th at the Lunch and Learn for applicants, and then we'll have a little under a month to get those applications in, and then we will announce the winners on May 3rd.
And how many winners will you have?
Up to 6.
I love that. That's great. 6 new businesses is huge.
Right. Huge.
That would be huge for our
Yeah.
area.
Exactly. And instead of having them in huts, which are successful in a lot of areas,
Yeah.
why not build in some of our empty storefronts? I mean, we have a very vibrant business downtown, as you well know. But
Yeah.
at the same time, why not take some of those that are empty right now and fill them with new businesses?
Yeah, I
And
love that.
hopefully
Yeah.
grow into permanent, locations.
Homes there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our goal, is that by helping them kind of get a foot in the door to having a brick and mortar store, giving them a little bit of a runway that after 6 months they'll be ready to go.
Sure.
Absolutely launched as a full-fledged business.
Yeah.
So-
That helps. So how much do they get? They get $1,000, or what do they get as a result of this?
So
Is
it'll
it
be
1,000?
Yeah, up to $1,500 in
Perfect.
reimbursable expenses, and so we kind of have an outline of what we're going to consider as an expense. So like some training,
Right.
Sure.
some of their startup costs, like if they have material equipment that they need,
Sure.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
like a particular downtown business they needed the funds to get an iPad for their Square system.
Oh, sure.
And, that was kind of a hurdle for them. And once they got that iPad and they got set up on that, like their business really expanded. It was much easier for them to conduct business. And that's,
Right.
I have that in the back of my mind. Like that, for some people, like the expense of an iPad is like, oh, just go buy it. But if you're a small business, like that can really be like a challenge. Like, how am I going to
100%.
save enough money for this?
Yeah.
And so if we can help them out right at the outset, like we're going to give you this tool that you need that's going to help your business be easier to run. It includes like all the tools that you need. I want to be able to do that. I want to provide that for you.
Well, that's why this program is so important, right? As people think about, like, for us, like if we're sitting here talking in our normal lives, like, oh, an iPad wouldn't be expensive to buy, but it is when you're also considering that small business that just opened or maybe isn't even open yet has to spend, let's say, $1,500 on rent for the month, and then has to have somebody who's working 40 hours or maybe more, depending on what you're doing with your business and what kind of business you're opening. If it's a store or any kind of retail establishment, pen 80 in the book originally, like you're going to be there at least 80 hours the first couple weeks, if not more than that. I slept, when Mom opened Bridal in Bloomington, I literally slept at the store. When I was managing it, I slept at the store at night and it worked inventory, put everything out, and then would go do my homework for school, go to bed and get up and go to Wesleyan, because it's difficult to open a new
For
location
sure.
and tag all your stuff and do everything you have to do, and also run the store and do all the other things you're supposed to be doing. So it's nobody thinks about that $1,000 iPad suddenly is
A
that
hurdle.
feels like a huge hurdle, because that's the last thing you need. You got to pay rent and the lights and heat and garbage and
There's a lot to it.
your business license and everything else beforehand. But that's way more expensive.
Another thing we're going to provide is also a year membership free for the Chamber of Commerce, and that allows them opportunities for much lower cost advertising, because we do a lot of e-blasts, and they're very inexpensive. As a new member, they'll get a free one right away.
Yep.
And then on top of that, they'll just have that support and training opportunities, business after hours that they can go to make sure that they can network with other business owners and feel a part of the community.
Yeah, and we've used the chamber for a lot of things on our end, not just as a law firm, but mostly for the walk, actually, or whatever board I happen to be sitting on at the moment. Casa, the walk, the food basket. I think I've sent Jay like 9 things. And I'm like, hey, can you send this not-for-profit email, please? Thank you so much.
Always happy to do it. They're all very worthy causes.
They are good causes. We have a lot of really good things in this community, and I think that's part of the reason to build a business here or open a business here is, I lived a lot of places now, and I keep trying to say, like, not to be like biased, but our town really does have a lot to offer that other people are not considering. We're not, like, there is some good things about Naperville, like the Apple Store. It can be an upside and a downside. Like, yes,
For
it's
sure.
a lot of franchises, but also I dread
Like
I dread having to drive to go. Yeah, I'm like, oh, and that is the like for me. That's the like real like. Oh,
I know.
The parking is what I'm like. Oh, I'm so mad by the time I try to find parking in Naperville. I'm like, forget it. That parking lot thing is always full, and I get so mad. I'm like, I'm gonna walk like 2 miles to get to the Apple store, and I'm so angry about it. But like, that is the like benefit of a place like that is that there's Apple or Best Buy or whatever. And I think when people move here first, they're like, oh, well, you guys have Walmart.
Right.
Like
that was for real. When I moved here, I'm like, where do I go?
Where are all my shopping stores that I normally go to? And then you move here and you realize, oh wait, I don't need like for me it was, when I was little, I was like, oh my God, I have to go to the mall all the time. Because we didn't have all these great downtown stores that we do now, I mean, I know Michelle is closing, but I think Iconic has probably gotten at least half of my paycheck, or at least for a substantial amount of time now.
Small Dog just opened or announced that they're opening a new boutique too. So yeah, there's going to be a little boutique enclave downtown, which is exciting.
I love that, and that is, I think, the point I'm trying to make is, you go to those places because you're used to these box name stores, right? And you see the things and you want the thing, and that's fine. We can see a thing and want a thing from a store, but like our town has all that without having the big store price, the big store. The parking issues, there's some parking issues, but significantly better. You're not walking 2 miles.
But then, I mean, also with like that small town, like locally owned businesses, like I do a lot of work for RPS Toys, and like Sue has watched these kids grow up.
Right.
She knows the family. She knows what they're interested in. So you come in, it's like you're walking into a friend's house.
Right.
And you just don't get that other places.
No, and that's the point. Like it's easy to walk into a big box store and grab some stuff and walk out. But if something breaks at that big box store, they're not necessarily taking it back. They don't know why you bought it. They don't know who you bought it for. Here, if I buy something from RPS for my niece and my niece goes in and says, hey, this broke, Sue knows I bought it for her and she'll just go back and trace it and figure it out and get her something else. Like it is what it is. And she works with her. Like that's a different.
Same thing with the bookstore. I mean, you can go in and find out whatever you want. And
the bookstore is the best.
And the service that you get in these smaller stores is just way superior. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I grew up when it was Book House.
Yeah.
Was obsessed. The hedgehog was my favorite part of life when I was a little kid. My dad, we would go in and go, you're not getting a hedgehog. Like, okay, can I pet it? He's like, as long as you don't come out wanting one, you can. I don't care what you do. I was like, yes, sir. I pet the cat. We got a cat. They had a dog. I got a dog. He was like, we will not be getting a hedgehog. Do not ask any questions. So I did love the hedgehog though. But yeah, those businesses really became a core part of the foundation of like who I am and where I shopped. Even when I lived in Boston, like I didn't shop the big box stores. I made sure I went to like little stores that were clearly home-owned, homegrown businesses, and was able to get some really cool stuff and meet some really cool people, and it's made a difference. For sure. So I love that our community has it doesn't look like the amenities you'd be used to in a Naperville or Yorkville, but we have the same exact thing, and from really good people who live here and are invested in making this a better place. And that's why I love Ottawa. So that's why I think sets Ottawa apart from everywhere else, is that everybody here is so invested in making it a better place, and we're offering the same kinds of services, goods, and whatever that you can get in Chicago or anywhere else. It's just in a smaller, homier version of it.
I love when you're dining out on a weekend in the summer and you have people who are obviously a lot of tourists coming out from the suburbs now and the city. And I've heard more than once people say, I wish our town was like this. It's just so cool. And it really is. It's just it has a different feel.
Yeah, we have a great downtown, and we have good people who live here.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. People here are very invested in our community and in building it to become better. And passionately, whether that's the passion that's in your corner or not, everybody who lives here is very passionate about it becoming a better place. And I think we're so lucky to have that, because that is not everywhere. That is not everywhere.
So a little off topic, and I don't know when this is going to air, so it might actually be past, but tonight we're doing a meeting at City Hall for the Adopted Bed program, and that was actually the first initiative that the Ottawa Downtown Association took on, was adopting out all of the garden beds throughout downtown for people who are interested in maintaining them. And this is our third year doing it, and I just think that's such an amazing opportunity for people who might not have thought about civic engagement. This is a a really easy opportunity for them to help beautify our downtown. And we get compliments.
Without having to be on a board or talk to anybody that you don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful way to do it. It really is.
And it's a great way to get your kids engaged too, because a lot
Yeah.
of moms do it with their kids and they're downtown cleaning
And
up their
we-
beds.
This is not my thing. So you
No,
will
I know.
never catch me in a garden bed.
I know.
I will kill it.
I have 2 garden beds, and I'm like, please, someone take them from
Yeah.
me. Like,
Please take them
like,
up. My mom
literally
moved
anyone.
into a new house and had one. She called my husband and was like, I need you to come dig this up. This is not going to work. She filled it in.
Yeah.
We're not gardening.
No,
people, you know what I mean?
I have a black thumb. It's fine.
It's fine, yeah, me too.
But it's we get compliments all season long about how beautiful our beds are, and each bed is unique because each person or group has taken it and made it their own.
And I like that some of them grow food. Like that's my favorite. I like that some grow food.
Yeah.
So people have access to food if they need it right there. Like I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And the food basket generates and talks about that too. And I think that was something we talked about trying to do around the basket. Was
I love that.
Some food plots, something small.
Yeah.
But no, I love that idea, and that is a great way to get involved.
Yeah.
Again, never for me.
I know.
Last year I planted flowers, and my friend works for me, who is like a garden, like she can grow anything, and she was watching me, and she was like, "What are you doing? That's not how you do it."
Right.
And I was like, "Well, then listen, here's $100. You do it. Goodbye. I'm gonna go do something I actually like. Bye."
I have like a vision for my
So
backyard.
when this is beautiful, like it's not me.
Right.
So we're clear. It was definitely Rachel. It was not me. It was 1000% Rachel. But I do love that we have that opportunity here to garden and to do other things. You have, other than, I think that talking about bringing new business in, like I think the thing I want people to know about our town is that not only is there help here for you if you're opening a new business, there are lots of us who want to help. And maybe that's a good place to get started. How do you, if you want to mentor a new business or want to, be a partner with a new business, how do you do that is there a way to do that through your program?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think the easiest way would just be to reach out either to the Chamber or the Ottawa Downtown Association. Certainly, we don't want to do all of the training ourselves. And so we'd love to subcontract that to other interested parties. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. When we heard about that IVCC incubator, it was like, oh, thank God. No, we don't have to do that. And like someone who knows what they're doing. Yeah. We're definitely interested in people who have services that or advice that they want to offer. We'd love to talk to them.
Yeah, I think a mentorship program would be huge here.
Yeah,
for businesses that are growing, to have somebody who's been in business a long time or run their business more than 10 years, like even maybe just somebody who's done like a 10-year worth,
Yeah.
We talked about that with Connor Kofoid, who's doing the IBCC Business Accelerator program, that having guest speakers in is going to be huge because we do have some very successful business owners who are happy to share their expertise. And I think that's important for people to see a variety of different business owners who are able to provide the helps that they maybe didn't have themselves. There's no sense in them having to learn through their own mistakes. They can learn through others. So.
And I think it's huge here too. Even when I first started, when I took over almost 12 years. It's 12 years. Gross. I took over. Gross. That makes me feel really old, and I don't enjoy that. It's fine.
Hang out with me, you'll feel young.
Gross. That it's been 12 years. When I took over 12 years ago, I think it was a totally different climate here too. I can tell you, I did not get the welcome when I came in that others did. I did from certain places, the community has always been super supportive of me. I am well liked despite my surly nature, which is shocking in all forms to me. But I came in and people in the community were really supportive of me, but not necessarily like the business aspect of it. Other businesses weren't necessarily, trying to talk to me or support or
walk
whatever.
into a room.
Yeah. Or not be invited to the room.
Right.
That was what got me when I first started. Was my dad was always invited to the room, but I was never invited, and my mom was not invited to the room a lot of the time, despite running a very successful business here for 35 years that dressed 40 of 51 Miss USA contestants. She was not invited in the room for many a conversation, and that was, I think, a commentary on where we were here 10 years ago or 12 years ago. That was a commentary on who was still running things, and that is not the case now. And I just have to say, like, it is great to see, first of all, no offense, Jay, but women sitting in the room with me
Yeah.
having this conversation.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
No, I know. You're the one. You're part of the reason they're here. So,
I'm the token male.
Obviously, you agree, and I appreciate it. But that really is a credit because that has not been the case.
I knew who to give the main mic to, too.
That was a.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Been there. I know what you're thinking.
You know, when you talk about,
You can have this back.
to tell you about your mom's store, I mean, my daughter worked there
Yeah.
one summer and just loved it there. So
Yeah.
she learned a ton from you and your mom. So it's really cool.
My mom ran, a great business. She had a good business model. She did well with all of her suppliers. She had really good relationships in the industry. That was the craziest thing to me. She was not invited to anything when she ran the store. She wasn't invited to anything here. Do you have any kind of committees or anything? Or on the chamber, none of the chamber things she was invited to, which is wild to me. Despite the fact that she was actually the vice president of the National Bridal Board. That was my mom got appointed to that.
That's incredible.
As a result of her she was named one of the top 100 women in bridal. She had all these these crazy accolades and 100 businesswomen in America. She had all these crazy accolades that were just never recognized here. It's just it's nice to see something different, is what I will say, because I was always frustrated by the fact that there were strong women here who never got listened to or acknowledged because they weren't part of the Good Old Boys Club. I'm glad to see the Good Old Boys Club is retiring.
To show you how much it's changed, we worked in conjunction with with IVAC, the Illinois Valley Area Chamber, and Ottawa Area Chamber worked together, and we started a regional executive roundtable.
I love that.
All of them are women. All 10 women who were, and there were men who also applied, but we chose the top 10 and for the right reasons, and they all happened to be women. And it was one of those things, and this is 3 guys in the committee too that did that, because we thought, no, these are the people who should be in this, because they represent a very diverse representation of the business world in the area. So it's really exciting, and I think it's been very empowering to all of those individuals who have been taking part of that.
Yeah, I love that the IVAC is working with Ottawa Chamber.
We work a lot together.
That has not always been the case either.
Yeah.
And that's huge. That will be huge for our development here in Ottawa.
And we work with all the area chambers too. We sometimes, and we can draw in bigger speakers as a result of that by pooling our resources.
Oh,
so
absolutely. Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in a high tide lifts all boats. Like if we're in
1000%.
competition with each other,
we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
1000%. I think, I think there's lots of businesses in Ottawa that believe in that model and who have supported that model. You know, Francie is huge for that model of I'm going to pull everybody up around me and make sure they're getting, the recognition and the love that they deserve. That's she's huge for that.
Well, we have downtown business planning meetings where we invite the businesses to come and strategize together, and it's really encouraging to see I want you to succeed because that's going to help my business, and how can we make that happen, and let's work together on this, and let's plan this event where we make sure that people come to every single business. Yeah. And I love that. Yeah. And I think the sometimes the northern part of Ottawa gets a little left out of that conversation, So I'm hoping to see something generated from up there where those business owners start coming down to work with each other too, because it isn't just downtown businesses that benefit. Right. Those northern businesses, the ones that are right off the interstate, can pull people in and bring them down. For sure. We have a couple we obviously own the Ottawa Square building up there, so we're trying to and we have a couple of tenants up there that send people downtown for things all the time. They'll get a tattoo and they'll be like, hey, you want some lunch here? 5 or 6 different places. Now that you had your tattoo, you need to go get some food. And here's your 5, you know what I mean? That is really Aaron is great about that at Dreams and Themes. He's great about that. So and same for Tony. He'll send people, if he's got a whole list of people waiting for haircuts, he'll send people to go eat or go shop or whatever. So we are lucky to have that here, and I think more cooperation between all the businesses is huge.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Here, maybe some of the chains won't want to participate in that up there, but there's a lot of small stores that are up there that are independently and locally owned too, not just chains, even if they're in the chain strip. Yeah. And even the people who own some of the franchises up there are very local people who want to be locally involved.
We're so excited about Roosties. They've jumped in with both feet.
Love Roosties.
Yeah.
My husband, if he could eat Roosties every day, he would eat Roosties every day. When he was in Minooka, he would drive to Minooka.
Really?
Yes. So when they showed up and just set up, they had a sign
Yeah.
The sign first on the ground.
Yeah.
He was like, "Does that say Roosties?" And I swear he stalked it until it opened. Like
when we did the ribbon cutting, it was amazing. I mean, they
Amazing.
showed up and the people were lined up.
Oh, yeah, it was
it was
wild.
Yeah.
unbelievable.
oh, it was wild.
And it was
were in
like
the
that for,
parking-
like-
we were in the parking lot. Oh, I know.
I showed up with that huge scissors and scared everybody.
My husband was like, "Do you want to get Roosties for dinner?" We pulled up and I was like, "Kroger's parking lot is full," and I know they're not all Kroger's.
Yeah.
We are not waiting 2 hours.
I had that
And-
same conversation. I was like, family,
And guess
I love
what?
you.
Do you know what happened? I napped in a car while they stood alone. That is what happened. I literally napped in the car in the parking lot of Kroger's while we waited for Roosties. That's what happened. I took a nap. I was like, I'm not standing inside with all those people. I just
Right.
can't do it. So you're
Yeah.
going to have to go. Here's what I want. Get me my chicken strips and I'll see you when you're done.
It is really good.
It's-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love the chicken. That chicken sandwich with the mac and cheese is so good. Anyway, that's something I should get every day.
Right.
Very good. So, is there anything else that the community can do to help support the program? Maybe not now or maybe in the future?
Just help spread the word, I think, and make sure that if you know of people who are interested in starting a new business, or if it's a new business that's already has started in town, if they're within the first year, we still are very open to including them in this process. So
Perfect.
we're very excited about it. When, like I said, spread the word. We want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to participate.
Yeah, and if there is any sort of mentorship program that ever comes up, obviously, I'm always happy to.
We'd love to have
be
you.
We will
involved
count on
with
that.
'cause
Because you're fun too.
Yeah.
Depends on the day. Right? How much coffee I've had. That's all the variables. I like to think I'm fun. My child does not. So it's really a toss-up. My sister thinks I'm fun, but she doesn't count. She's been around too long.
Well, that really counts.
She's-
Yeah.
Those who are around, right?
I like
Yeah.
to say that she loves me no matter what I do. That's my like ride or die. I could be wrong, and my sister would be like, to everybody else, she'd be like, "She's right, and I will fight you." And then to me in private,
I
she's
love
like,
it.
"Okay, you were kind of wrong," and like maybe here's why. I don't love this part of the reaction. No, that's what good people do in your life. They tell you.
Yeah.
So
That's important.
That's right.
yeah, we would love to be involved any way we can help. Obviously,
Thank
we're
you.
happy to help.
That'd be wonderful.
And if there's new businesses that come in and want to talk on the podcast about their new business, we love that too.
Oh, I love that.
We always
idea.
love to talk about businesses in the area
Yeah.
and how they're expanding and growing.
And we want
Yeah.
to thank you for the opportunity today. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
No, I'm glad you guys came on. It was
This
fun.
is exciting.
I love this.
This is our first podcast ever.
When I started this, I was like, who? This is
What
terrifying.
is
Who's going to want to
happening?
come on
Right.
this and what are we going to talk about? And it really is. It's been super fun. Like, it's probably my we laugh all the time about this. Like, this is probably my favorite journey we've taken together. It's been pretty fun. I mean, not only am I like working with my favorite person all day, every day, but like, being able to bring this conversation to the community about different things and talk about different things that aren't necessarily getting exposure on other media sources without paying some form of, advertising fee or whatever.
Yeah, a
That's-
small startup association does not have an advertising budget. I'm
Listen.
just going to tell you.
Have you seen the prices of advertising?
I
Most
have.
people don't have the advertising budget at this point. Yeah, that is honestly, that's my largest expense. And I don't think people think about that either.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
largest expense is 1,000% advertising.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You need it.
But
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Your commercials are always good too.
yeah, I'm working on it.
They're
I'm
good.
working on new ones. They are trying to bait me into filming a new one, and I was like, I have to work out for a couple months so we can film a new TV commercial. Not really interested in that right now. Get me back in. I'll go back to
You're
Ryan.
right.
I will stop eating the roosters, get a mac and cheese sandwich, and I will see you in 2 months. But yeah, I think that is something huge. This is huge for people that are coming into our area, not only to expand and grow, but also, to find a home. This is a good place to find a home.
Yeah. I feel like I've lived all over the suburbs. I lived in the South for a little while, and no place has felt like home as much as Ottawa.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah, nobody
You
at law
know?
school could understand when I was in Boston. I was like, I just want to go home. They were like, you were in a city with all the things.
Right.
And listen, no offense, Chicago, but I love Boston. Boston is still my favorite city.
It's a great city.
It'll forever be my favorite city.
Yeah.
The history.
Oh, it's
combined
amazing.
with-
Everywhere you walk, it's
the
just
history,
incredible.
Yeah. So the history that surrounds you, like the thought, I remember, I'm such a history nerd anyway.
I am too.
And I remember the first time I was walking down the wharf, I was like,
There's
so
Tea
many
Party.
cool people who walk here.
It's true.
It literally took a second. I was like, Benjamin Franklin literally walked the same street.
It's the truth.
It is. It's
Yeah.
so neat to think about, you know.
And
It's,
everywhere you go.
and it is.
Yeah.
It's everywhere you go. And they have like signs that tell you, like, my favorite is in the, oh my God, what is the name of the restaurant? It's the oldest restaurant in Boston. Shoot. It's right on the wharf. Anyway, they have a booth in there that Benjamin Franklin sat in a lot
Get out.
when he was drafting.
Amazing.
And that's like at the booth. Like there's a sign that blocks it off and it explains it that was his booth.
That's
And I was
incredible.
Like, how? I remember the first time I walked by that, I was like, like, I'm gonna touch it.
And the Old North Church is still a church.
Old
It's
North
still
Church is-
used. It's
The
amazing.
Old North Church is amazing, and
It
going to a
is.
service in Old North Church is incredible. If you have the opportunity to do it, do it. It's so
I will
cool.
tell you, I only know about the Old North Church from National Treasure.
Okay, well, first of all,
So I
that's
know.
amazing. I love National Treasure. Don't ever apologize for that. That is a national treasure of a movie.
Right.
I love that movie. My daughter does not quite appreciate
No.
it the way that I do. But living there does give you that is a super cool part of it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Speaking of that, the history in Ottawa is pretty
I was
incredible,
just
too.
going to say that.
So
Totally amazing. I mean,
Recently appointed board member.
that is kind of the
for
love
the,
of my
the
life.
History Museum. They have this exhibit up right now where they are telling the story of how Ottawa found out about the end of the Civil War. And I'm
Correct.
just not going to.
It's crazy.
I'm
No,
not
it's
going to
crazy.
spoil it, but there were bonfires.
Yeah.
It's like a scene out of a movie.
It is a scene.
It's incredible.
The whole
Um,
thing. I mean, there's so much with the first Lincoln Douglas debate and
Yeah.
just all of that is just
And
incredible.
there's no other
history.
town I know that has its own history museum the way we do. Like ours is.
It's incredible.
First of all, that credit. There's a lot of people that have been involved with that, but that credit should go to Molly Perot.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
She,
totally.
she
She's
should
amazing.
get all of the credit on that.
Yeah.
She's
Molly is
phenomenal.
a walking history book.
She
Yeah.
is.
I asked her one question once about my grandfather, and she, 2 days later, came to me with a stack of information. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like all of my grandma's, like she had pictures of my grandma's business that I had never seen. It burned down, obviously, way before I was born. And it was pretty neat. So having the opportunity, if you've had a family who's been here, to go there and go through
Totally.
the history that
Mhm.
Molly has in the back.
Yeah.
Guaranteed Molly has something on your family. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
if they've been in Ottawa, Molly's got something.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And she's hilarious too. She's one of my favorite new friend.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
the best. Molly
Yeah.
is the most wonderful person in the world. I love
Yeah.
her more than anything. She is very much like another parent figure for me, and I love Molly. But my favorite Molly story is that when we got rid of our table, we have W.D. Boyce's original table. My
Oh!
parents did.
Did they?
My parents had
didn't know that.
W.D. Boyce's original table, dining room table.
And they got rid of it.
Wow.
Well, no. So we gave it to the museum. It's at
Oh,
the
good.
museum.
Okay. I should know that.
Yeah, you should know.
Yeah.
You board member.
Right, sorry.
So anyway,
You can edit that out, right?
Listen, I would be lying if I told you I knew everything Molly had there. So no, we could just leave it. It's fine. She'll teach you all about it.
Yeah.
Once she hears
yeah.
this, though, you will know about it. So the table, there's other people who owned it in the middle. Somebody had, I can't remember her name, and Molly will remind me of who this is later. She drilled holes in it for her electric candelabra before my parents got it. And then my parents got the table, and my mother was mortified that somebody had drilled into this table because that's W.D. Boyce's table, right? So
Right.
I remember there was a runner on it like my whole life, a long runner, skinny runner in the middle. And when I was little, I loved to sit underneath that table. I don't know why. It was just like my favorite place to sit in the house. And so I would sit underneath the table a lot. And when they went to sell it, I have no memory of this, okay? They went to give it to the museum. Not sell it, to give it to the museum. And Molly's there, and there's this whole, the newspaper is there, and all these people are in our living room, right? And they go to move the table. Stephen's transfer was there to move the table. And they go to turn it over, and tic-tac-toe. Everywhere, as far as the eye can see. And I was like, and my mom, who also had never looked under the table, turned around and I was like, and I just stood there and panicked. I was like, oh no. And Molly turned and looked at me and said, did you do that? I was like, no. And then to wrap myself out right above the tic-tac-toe was Alexis. So I am now engraved into Ottawa's history in the museum.
Yeah.
And Molly put a plaque on the table so people would know to look underneath.
Amazing.
To see where I
That's awesome.
ruined WD Boyce's table with my
You enhanced
tic-tac-toe.
it.
And I won every game. So
Yeah.
just so we're clear, I won a lot of tic-tac-toe by myself under that table. Against myself.
Yeah.
With myself against myself. I won a lot of tic-tac-toe. I did really great. And it is now at the History Museum.
That's so cool.
Incredible.
I'm very grateful for Molly for a lot of reasons. She also did a thing when Dad passed. Dad did a lot for this area and a lot for this town. Most people don't know this, but for example, the appellate seat was not going to be here. We weren't going to be the county seat either. My dad went to bat for that. My dad's the reason we were able to maintain those two things. Appellate court was going to move. The county seat was not going to be here. We were going to lose work comp here. And my dad went to bat to keep all those people coming here. Work comp, whether you know it or not, once a month brings 200 to 400 people.
Oh,
I
used to. My husband loves it when I tell stories about people that I used to date. But I used to date a lawyer who would come to Ottawa once a month. He was a workman's comp lawyer. So yeah,
they come in, they eat our food, they
Yep.
whatever. So but we get a huge draw from that, and my dad was the reason that stayed here. And not only did he do that, but this building was really his legacy, his way of saying thank you to Ottawa. He tried to build something beautiful that people just think he picked reflective glass. The reason he picked reflective glass was so that Ottawa would see itself the way he did.
Oh,
I know.
That's so cool.
So yeah, it makes me sad every time I think of it. It's fine. I miss him. It's his birthday in like a week, so I'm already emotional over it. But yeah, so he picked that so that Ottawa would see itself the way he did.
Awesome.
And,
That's incredible.
They never really honored him when he passed, but Molly did. I would cry talking about it too, but I'm fine. It's fine.
Thank you for sharing that. That is really cool.
Molly did a whole exhibit at the museum on Dad and took some things from Dad's and put them up. And I told her, she was like, "Are you going to come see it?" I was like, "No, I actually can't. Thank you for doing it."
Right.
I'm actually not capable of doing that emotionally, but thank you for offering it. She was like, "You have to come. I'm going to do the unveiling." I was like, "Fine, but I'm not going to look at it." So literally, they did the unveiling of like the table and a bunch of things from my parents' house, and I hid in the where she's got like the Civil War stuff.
Yeah.
I hid. Back
No.
in the wall. She was like,
I thought you were going to say you're under the table.
I should have. Truthfully, that would have really been my safe space. No, I hid in the Civil War stuff, and she was like, "Will you please come out?" No.
Wow.
So I am still grateful because Molly's really the one who made sure that something of Dad's was remembered here and that he was acknowledged the way he should be. And I've always been grateful for her. I mean, Molly knows how much I love her. She was at my wedding, and I talked about her there too because she's my favorite. But she
so
really is
cool.
such a blessing for this town.
She is.
So is that museum. That museum is a huge blessing for this town. Not only are we lucky to have WD Boyce and Scouting is really this is the start of Scouting, which is amazing, but she's saved every other piece of history and found every other piece of history, which really defines who we are and why we are so special. And that's, I think, the best thing about that. And if you haven't gone to the historical museum or Scouting Museum, you need to go.
It's wonderful.
It's awesome.
It is amazing.
It's and it's not like like I say, other museums that are small town have
like
it's
a
just
display case.
You walk through and it's a display case.
Yeah.
Like Molly set this up like a museum. It's got the plaques. It explains every single thing about everything. You're not just looking at somebody's old antique, teapot. It explains that teapot was something that served Lincoln, for example. And the reason that this particular teapot was so important is he picked it, for whatever reasons. She's got all the background, all the information. There's a plaque that explains it, and it really is. It's set up so incredibly well. It's worth going to. So
agreed.
Can't emphasize enough going to the museum. It's my favorite.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you
Thanks for
again.
having
This
us.
was so much fun.
Being here.
Yeah.
Really, I truly appreciate it. And if there's anything we can help with, obviously, I'm always on board. But
Could we just hang out here every week?
Listen,
Yeah.
we love the podcast. My husband,
we got lots of things to talk
my
about.
husband agreed to come on the podcast. And I'm really pumped about it. I didn't think we were ever going to get there, but he did agree to come on the podcast. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For real.
It's
Yeah.
great.